here momentarily. I think he caught that red light tonight.
Yeah, he snuck in just a second late, but we'll get him on there soon. We also may have a guest later on if he decides to be nice while he's over here.
Right, and I know Chase got a ticket one night, didn't he?
Oh, he's over there smiling, so he's not going to admit it.
I don't think he got one tonight though. But
no, he found the back road around that red light.
But Matt, it's high school basketball tournament time, and we both just left the Wildcat Arena over at Oak Ridge High School.
Yeah, the longest drive we've made to have to come over here afterwards.
That'd be great if we had that short a drive every time, I guess. Wouldn't
Yeah, you and I are already neighbors, so that just make it even easier.
Right. And,
yeah, no, that was a great game. It was a little bit of a slow start, and then Sarah Burton went off again in the first half, gave them an 11-point lead or an 8-point lead at halftime, and then the Dragons just held that lead the entire second half. Yeah,
district tournament at Oak Ridge, and Clinton Lady Dragons defeating Central 58-47, and that puts Clinton into the region, qualifies them for the region tournament, also puts them into the semifinals. Have a date with the Oak Ridge Lady Wildcats Saturday.
Yeah, I believe David was telling us off camera it's a 4:30 tip for that game. And then you got the boys that also play Saturday, but they don't know who their opponent is just yet.
Right, Clinton boys will play the winner of Anderson County and Central, and they will play tomorrow at, I think it's a 7:30 game tomorrow night at Oak Ridge High School. Anderson County and Central, the winner of that game will play Clinton on Saturday at 6 o'clock.
Yes.
And the other boys semifinal game tomorrow at 6 o'clock, you'll have Carnes, the number 4 seed, playing Powell, number 5 seed, and the winner of that will earn a region bid as well, and also play the number 1 seed Oak Ridge Wildcats on Saturday night at 7:30. So a lot of exciting basketball going on. Hopefully, we're hoping for Clinton Lady Dragon coach Alicia Phillips to call in maybe here later in the show. And there's also a big district tournament going on at Cofield in the Class A. They started last night. The Cofield boys got an overtime win over Oliver Springs. I think they were the 8-9 seeds, and Cofield Yellow Jackets getting that win. Right there's the score. Assistant coach Brad Jones. I'm sure he's happy with that win.
Yeah, they got at least one more game in them now.
They've been practicing really hard, and I think they'll have to take on the number 1 seed, Oneida Indians. So a tall task there for Cofield. But, it's good that they won. No offense to Oliver Springs, but Cofield, the host school, it's always good if you're hosting that your team wins and you're still there a part of the tournament. It's always a special time.
Last year, you and I were both at the district tournament that was held in Carnes for Class 3 AAA, and we saw Carnes that no one expected make it all the way to the championship game and have a hard battle with Oak Ridge in that one to see who was going to make it as the number 1 seed. No one expected Carnes to open up like that.
Right, they were a number 6 seed, I believe, coming in, and as you mentioned, the host school advanced all the way to the finals.
And they played very hard in that final game. It wasn't a blowout like everyone was expecting. Carnes nearly pulled off that upset.
Yeah, right. Sure did. It's always tough when you play the host school, especially tournament time. You don't want to see the host school opposite of you in the bracket. It's always dangerous playing a team on their home court.
And you and I were talking about the Lady Dragons just a minute ago, and I mentioned Sarah Burton. You were there Monday night when Sarah set the school record.
Right, Sarah Burton, just a sophomore, had 42 points, broke the school record there at Clinton High School. I was told it was Jamie Heatherly. I think she played in the late 80s, I believe, for Coach Fragamini. It was at Clinton, and Sarah Burton, really, she's, like you said earlier, what you have, 30 or 27 tonight?
So she's had 69 in the first 2 district games.
I think she's averaging about 22 points a game. Maybe it's probably more than now that after these last 2 games.
Yeah, she just eclipsed 700 points for the season, and we don't have the exact number right now. Maybe if Coach Phillips will call us later, she'll be able to give us a number, but the estimate is around 970 points for her career so far.
So closing in on that 1,000-point barrier. Some other games last night for the girls in the District 3 AAA. Last night I saw the, trying to think now, no, it was boys last night, but going back to Monday, Clinton with the victory. Escapes me who it was Anderson County, the win over Anderson County.
80-22 was the final in that game.
Right, and then the other game, Halls defeated Carnes. So right now, over at Oak Ridge, over at Wildcat Arena, you have the Halls Lady Red Devils. They're coming in as the number 7 seed, I believe.
Oh, were they 7 or were they 6? I believe they were the 6th seed. They're playing the number 3 seed right now.
Right, number 6 seed.
Yep.
Playing Campbell County right now.
Yes.
So that game currently going on. Some other news and notes in the district and the girls basketball. A long-time Anderson County girls basketball coach, Mike Ellis, tendered his resignation. I think, during the Clinton game or afterwards, or I think he was planning on stepping down, something he's been thinking about in the last couple of weeks. Coach Ellis, he was head coach there at Anderson County for 17 seasons. I believe they went to the region, I think, 7 times out of the last 10 years, and had a very successful run there at Anderson County. Had 270 career wins. I was coach of the year in the district 3 times, and it's always sad to see someone I went to school with Mike, and he's coached a long time, and it's always sad to see a coach resign, whatever the reasons. But I believe he was just he's ready for a new chapter in his life, and he's got some granddaughters and wants to spend time with them. But real good run there at Anderson County. I believe 2013 season they were the district champs. Had like a 19-game winning streak that year. Ended up winning I think 27 games. I recall that season, and they hosted, I think they were playing, it was Heritage in the first round of the region at Anderson County, and they lost that game, but that was a disappointing loss that night. They had a really outstanding team with the Savannah Cummings is on that team, Couples, she was on the team. Had a really good team. Had a chance to move on in the region, but we want to wish Coach Ellis nothing but the best from here on out, and as he steps down from the head coaching job in Anderson County.
Yeah, I remember watching him when I was in high school as well, as he was coaching Anderson County, and it was always hard matches between Clinton and Anderson County back between 04 and 07. But he's doing what he wants to do. He's spending more time with his family, which is always respectable in every single situation.
Right, he has 3 daughters. He coached all 3 of his daughters, all of them really good players. And Mike, he liked to play his own defense, and it was really tough. You see like Syracuse play a 2-3. Anderson County girls always play that 2-3 zone, and they were a tough out. And most every year they were in the region tournament. So very successful coach, Mike Ellis. So hats off to him.
Yeah, it's going to be a strange look for Anderson County as they do this coaching search. You don't know if they'll promote within, and you don't know what next year's team is going to look like now. I mean, this year was an awkward year to say it for them. I haven't seen a team just with only one win in a season. But you don't know what was going on inside, though. They'll turn it around, though. They will turn it around within the next couple of years and be back at their winning style, going into the district and possibly even region and sectional tournaments.
Right. They had some players, I think, some seniors that dropped off the team for whatever reason at the beginning of the year. They had a good group of girls coming back off last year's team, Anderson County girls. I think they were 17 and 16. And they had several coming back, but for whatever reason they decided not to play. And this year they were forced to just play freshmen, mainly just freshmen and sophomores. And they had some unfortunate event happen there during the season when a couple of their girls were in a car accident. They were injured, not awfully too bad, but they were, pretty serious. I mean, a hip injury one, I think. One of the other girls, I think, maybe her collarbone. But it was enough to knock them out, and then with the flu going on, there was some of the girls getting sick. So I think when they played Clinton, they had to recruit some other girls just to field the team pretty much there late in the season in a game at Anderson County. So a little adversity there, but Anderson County, no doubt they will bounce back. They have a pretty good basketball tradition there. Surely do. And another player I would like to mention was on that team in 2013, Megan Ellis, his niece. And she's an assistant basketball coach at Clinton Middle School. She was also a part of that team, and that was a really good team. So right now, we're going to step away and take our first break. We'll be right back here in a little bit, and you're watching the Locker Room Chat.
At Earl Duff Subaru, our reputation has been built on taking care of customers. We're Tennessee's only 9-time winner of the Subaru Love Promise Customer Commitment Award. This year, we also earned the Love Promise Community Commitment Award given for enhancing the areas we serve. This means you can be sure you'll have an excellent experience when you visit our store and be proud you're dealing with a company that gives back to local causes. Read our online reviews and come to Earl Duff Subaru in Harriman.
The all-new 2020 Outback is available now with financing as low as 0.9% at Earl Duff Subaru in Harriman.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great. Participate!
I gotta go shower.
It's laundry night.
Dishwasher needs to run.
And the Hot Water Wars. A Rinnai tankless water heater gives you an endless supply of hot water for everything you need to do. Rinnai, hot water for all.
Really? Again? Hey, if I had automotive style suspension like the new Simplicity, plus a free floating mower deck for the best cut, I'd be all that too.
Well...
And if I had the expertise and advice of his Simplicity dealer, maybe he'd look forward to hanging out with me.
You don't have a Simplicity dealership.
Good point. Huh.
Yeah.
SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood is your gift destination. Shop the new plush selection for that special someone. We have Bath & Body Works popular fragrances and custom gift baskets too. Live and Let Live has a wide selection of gift and home decor for any occasion, from yard flags to selected jewelry, plus much more. We have Big Orange giftware always available year-round. And don't forget to enjoy a soda fountain treat while you shop. Live and Let Live Drugstore, Gift Shop, and Soda Fountain in downtown Rockwood.
For 30 years, Reno Sporting Goods has been a leader in supplying the highest quality equipment and apparel for sports teams throughout East Tennessee. Athletes, fans, and coaches alike rely on the knowledge and experience that only Reno's can provide. For the best in team sports, shop Reno Sporting Goods.
Roan Metals Group has been serving East Tennessee for decades. Locally owned and operated with convenient hours of operation. Roan Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing's too big or too small. Still have that clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Roan Metals Group are specialists in industrial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Roan Metals urges you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. A member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Roan Metals Group. Turn that scrap into cash.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Chat, coming off of a red light and a speed bump along the way. I'm Chase Clem with Matt Hagan and John Williams, a.k.a. Sleepy. A little bit of house cleaning right now, ladies and gentlemen. For a limited of time, get a full-page digital ad displayed on BBB TV for $15 a week. No setup fee, no hidden cost, and you can run the ad as long as you wish. Folks, that's a $90 a month in savings. So please give us a call at 865-483-8112 if you would be interested in this slam dunk of a deal. And for those who have a commercial, take advantage of BBB TV's $5 winter sale while you can. Right now, you can run a commercial on Channel 12 for only $5 per spot in whichever program you choose, whether that be the evening news, Gospel USA, Ciderville, Let's Go Fishing, Off the Glass, and yours truly, the Locker Room Chat. So please give us a call at 865-483-8112. Some restrictions do apply, as you must already be a commercial to get this rate. However, if you don't have one, BBB can produce a commercial for you at additional cost would apply. I love doing that.
You're great at it, too.
I love doing it.
Should be one of those on the radio, one of those speakers.
Yeah.
He's the voiceover man.
I'm the voiceover man. Our phone lines are 865-483-8112. We're going to take our first caller of the night. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
I just got out of the church house. What topic are we talking about right now? I'm calling blind.
Well,
talking about really anything
high school basketball.
High school basketball.
We're talking about anything you like to talk about.
Cool. I have a theory that I was thinking about. Did the Houston Astros steal the trash can, whatever you want to call it, from the one and only Butch Jones? Because he did have his run-in with a trash can.
I think they stole it directly from Rick Barnes' recruiting class that's playing right now.
Good one, bro.
So,
on the high school basketball front, the Tigers of Rockwood, they make the trek to Wartburg tomorrow. I hear the line offshore mybookie.com is Wartburg -5.5.
Are you laying those points, or are you going to take them and take Rockwood?
Tigers money line all day.
Coach
K don't play when it comes tourney time. He's got a scouting report that looks like an encyclopedia.
So do you have a message you want to deliver to the Wartburg Nation? Call your shot.
It's not PG. I can't.
Well, that's okay.
I would let Mother down.
What seed is Rockwood coming into that game? Them and Wartburg.
Rockwood is the 5 seed and Wartburg is the 4 seed. But when you're that close in seeding, it really doesn't matter because the Rockwood faithful travels, baby. Good or bad.
I hear they're bringing in Cameron Evans.
South per Twitter should be in attendance tomorrow. That's just what sources are saying. You know, I've got my sources, you've got yours. Who really knows nowadays?
That's what makes high school basketball so fun in tournament time, especially those 4 or 5 games like that. The winner of that game will play the winner of Oneida and the host school of Cofield Yellow Jackets coming off a overtime win over Oliver Springs last night.
You know, you just got to win that first one, not to look ahead. But you just got to win that first one to get the regions, if nothing's changed since back in my day.
Hey, what about your man John Fulkerson last night for the Tennessee Volunteers?
I mean, John Fulkerson, we'll forget about the last 2 minutes because, I mean, everybody had done less by that point. But he's all SEC. If the one free transfer rule gets put in this offseason, there's no telling who will take All SEC John Fulkerson.
He had
It's ugly.
16 points in the second half last night.
I mean, he was sandbagging that first half, but 17 points is 17 points. Him and Vescovi, they got a good thing going on. Reminds me of myself and your co-host back in the day in the driveway on the 6-foot rims.
I could always slam it on the 6-foot rim. Do you think Deacon Barnes is bringing any good disciples for the next season?
He better, or he'll be exiled.
He'll be exiled to California.
What about the trip to the loveliest village on the plains Saturday in Auburn? Big game for the Vols.
I mean, Bruce is like that ex-girlfriend that we just all want to go back to, unless, it's not mine. If you're listening out there, Lexi, I love you. But Bruce is going to shoot a lot of threes. Well, not Bruce. His players will shoot a lot of threes. It will be fun. It will be heartbreaking, because that should be us.
And there will be barbecue provided immediately after the game.
How was
compliments to Aaron Kraft.
How is Auburn doing against Georgia tonight?
I don't know.
You got a score on that, Matt?
I will look up a score on that right now.
Auburn's at Georgia, so Anthony Edwards of the Bulldogs, I have something to say about that, because Auburn they lost to Missouri. They're in Conzo.
How do you get beat by Conzo Martin?
Hey, the con zone is nothing to be joked with. I mean, he plays a style of basketball that, to be quite frank with you, no one plays. It's boring. It's ugly. It's the con zone.
Well, all right, caller. Well, hey, give us one more sign off, and we've got to get to our next caller.
Go Tigers.
All right, we're going to bring in Coach Lockard,
head basketball coach for Clinton High School, getting ready for a big game this coming weekend. How you doing, Coach Lockard?
Doing good, Matt. How you doing?
I'm doing well, sir.
How's the Dragons? Hey, Coach, thanks for calling in. It's Sleepy. How's the Dragons looking right now? I know you got the big win over Hardin Valley last Thursday night. You got the long layoff now, over a week, maybe about 9 days. We take on the winner of Central and Anderson County Saturday. How are the boys taking? How y'all reacting to this layoff?
Well, it's been it's always tough to have such a long layoff like that.
We're not used to that.
Well, it's been a while,
Right, been a while.
For a long time there, we seem like we got it all the time. But, here lately it's been tough. But I tried to just take the approach, give the guys a few days off. We took a couple of days off, and then we got right back to work on, what we needed to do, a few changes we have to make. And Sleepy, you saw a couple of those changes over at Hardin Valley, without Evan those nights. So we had to do a few things and make some adjustments. But the last couple of days everything's been really good. We had a really good day today. Just trying to stay sharp, get up plenty of shots, and make sure that we're executing the stuff we have to work on. Kids are really excited. Had a lot of alumni, calling and congratulating us, and hopefully, the boys' spirits are up. We're sort of trying to heal some wounds right now, and the Hardin Valley game was a great ball game, real physical ball game. I think it was a great ball game for us to sort of end the regular season, especially with the win. Excited, just trying to keep working and doing what we need to do. Now these next couple of days will be all about game prep when we, figure out who we're playing. Obviously we've got game plans ready for either Central or AC. But then once we find out who exactly we have, then we can sort of finalize what we're doing.
Right, Anderson County with a 1-point win over Halls last night. The game went right down to the end, and But it's a big game for the Dragons Saturday. Win will put you in the championship of the district tournament and also secure a home game for the first round of the region. And just a great atmosphere, as you mentioned, over there at Hardin Valley. I believe y'all made about 14 or 15 threes in that game. And if you could just talk about, like, during your practice this week, have y'all been running some full court and scrimmaging against each other a little bit?
Yeah, we have.
Stay in shape, I guess you have to do that.
Yeah, you do. Obviously in the back of your mind, you don't want anybody hurt or anything, but, you have to just sort of approach it like you would in the middle of the season. At least that's my philosophy. Our kids play really hard, and to continue to play that hard, you have to have tough practices. And so we definitely get up and down the floor and scrimmage. Today we spent a lot of time in the half court scrimmaging, and it actually the boys just sort of took it over from me. We were just working on a few drills, and things started getting real competitive, and they started really pushing and working. And sometimes as a coach, you have to let them do that. And that's what I chose to do today. And we spent about 40 minutes in one drill, and it fits what we do on the court and in our scheme. So we just sort of let that go, and then spent the rest of the time doing on the individual shooting and, making sure we're getting the things done that we need to. But, it's, I've tried not to talk about the Hardin Valley thing too much because, honestly, I didn't know we'd hit that many threes. We were so focused on our defensive schemes and what we had to do to stop them. It wasn't until really after the game that I realized that we had shot the ball so well. I was so focused on what we had to do defensively, which, sometimes is a good thing, to be able to, worry about one end and not have to worry about the other. So, so that's, I've tried to change our practice up just enough this week to where we can focus on, one thing at a time and fix some of those things, like even you and I talked about when we were up in D.C., some of the things we had to work on, being a little bit better in half-court execution, which shots we need to take at what times. And I think we're getting better there. Hopefully we are. But it's still going to be tough either way we go. It's a layoff. You never know how your kids will respond when it comes time to really step back on the floor. So hopefully they're ready and got their minds focused, and we're ready to do what we need to.
Coach Luckert, I'm going to switch gears just a little bit. I saw several of your players at the Lady Dragons game tonight. What does it mean to you seeing your counterparts also getting a chance and advancing into the region tournament?
It's great. It's always a bonus when any of the sports, advance and do well in the tournaments and have good seasons. It helps. It helps the culture of your entire school. You'll see a lot of our guys at those games and a lot of girls at our games, and then all of a sudden you have, just like the following we've had with the baseball and the football kids this year, our student section has been outstanding. And not just from the athletes, but from the other students. But, anytime any of our teams keep advancing, I think it's just a positive for the whole environment. And success breeds itself sometimes, It's a mindset a lot of the times in high school sports. The playing fields a lot of times are even in some areas, and you have to go into games and seasons with the mindset of you're going to be successful. And so anytime that happens, it's a great thing for our school. It's a great thing for the individual teams, obviously, but I think it's even a bigger boost for our school.
Another question, Coach. I'm going to go back to your team now.
Okay.
Can you tell me a little bit, or give us an update on Evan, and tell us what you think about him getting the full ride offer from Newman University this week?
Okay, well, let's talk about that first. I think that's the first of many offers to come for him. We have 2 or 3 of our kids that are getting looks right now. And that's his first full offer. He's had many coaches talking about him over the summer and in the course of this season. And as some of our other kids are starting to open some eyes in other areas as well. But, I've been telling Evan this is going to come, and it's going to happen. And, and I know he was a little bit down knowing that he was going to miss the last couple of games with his injury. And, I think that helped boost his spirits a little bit. But it's very well deserved. I've spoke to the coaches out there, and we had a great conversation about him. Obviously they based primarily on what type of performer he is on the floor. Once they found out what a great kid he is off the floor and a good student and just a good kid, young man in general, they're even more excited about him. That they've contacted me a couple times now and are very anxious to get him out there and show him that campus. And like I told Evan, I think there'll be more offers to come. And he'll have a tough decision to make. But that's part of the process. And and the one thing I really liked is the coaches there said, keep him focused on what he needs to do to help you guys keep advancing in the tournaments, and we're right here waiting for it. Which is that's the professional way, but they meant it, and they knew how important it is to us to keep advancing and keep this team playing together. Now to his ankle, he went and saw Dr. Robbins today. Dr. Robbins hadn't given him the clear yet, but Evan's working really hard. Kristen, our trainers, spent multiple times a day with him doing therapy, and he's gone to a couple of cryo places to get some treatment. And we're really pushing. He's pushing. He's working extremely hard to get back. Will he be able to play this coming Saturday? We're not sure yet. We sure hope so. I can guarantee you this: if the kid can go, he'll be begging to be out there on the floor. And then the rest will be up to me deciding whether or not, he's far enough along to go ahead and put him out there or not. But he's one of those. He'd get out there in that boot if we'd let him. He misses playing with his guys, but he has done an outstanding job of being supportive and being a leader from the sideline. I moved him up there with the coaching staff even and gave him jobs to do, and he's really done an excellent job of that, of being a senior leader and one of the captains. And personally, I hate it for him because I knew how important finishing this season out strong was. But he'll be back and he'll be good as ever. And I think it will even might even lift him a little bit higher. Sometimes when things that you love are taken away for a little bit, you go back at it even better and than you were before. So I look for him to come back and continue to lead this team in the direction we were heading. And he's a special young man, just as all of our other kids are. But boy, he's got something a little extra out there on the floor, and I'll be glad to get him back out there.
Right, Coach Locker. You have a special senior class this year, and Evan is certainly a big part of that. And you've seen the other kids sort of rally since he went down, and it's tournament basketball, and anything can happen. We saw last night Morristown West was eliminated. It's a team that y'all played twice this year, and a pretty good team. And you saw them they lost by, I think, 23 points last night to their rival Morristown East. So you get in this tournament, it's anything can happen.
It can, and we've been on both ends of that. We've come in as a 7 seed before and made our way into the region. And you've seen us come in as a number 1 seed and struggle, and try to find a way to get through. There's so many factors when it comes to tournament basketball. Every team you play is going to be prepared. Every team there has the same goal, and that's to win the title. And that's what, I try to tell our guys. A lot of times everybody has the same goal, but who's willing to reach down just a little bit further and go get it? And you got to have a few breaks, and you got to be able to shoot the ball well, and you got to be able to play together. And so there's a lot of factors that come into play with it. And this is a special group. Obviously, I know these boys, and I've known them since they were real little. Especially because of Chase, that they've all been friends for years, and so it's fun, and it's been fun coaching them, and I obviously want to keep coaching them for a few more weeks here. But they got to get out there and play and make the shots and take care of the basketball. So you just never know what can happen, and so that's what you try to prepare them for, and that's one of the reasons I did put such a tough schedule against us. You talk about Morristown West, and they were able to beat us both times this season, and they were by far not some of the better teams that we faced. And I really looked for them to sort of push through their regional tournament myself. But I'm hoping that the toughness of schedule that I've run us through the mill this year, Sleepy. It's been tough, and I hope that teaches us enough lessons on when you get in the tournaments, when adversity hits, if you're not shooting it well, how you can still maintain and score until your shooting stroke comes back, or if it's a team that it's tough to defend, you're able to adapt and adjust and still come up with a way to make stops. So that was the whole purpose in making it such a tough schedule. And it's been fun to coach it, and it's been fun pushing through it, and now let's hope we can reap the rewards from it.
Right. As a fan, I really loved it. Probably more so than you, I guess. I like watching us play different teams. Come in to the Donnie Dome, and then going on the road and playing a Science Hill and a Morristown West, and going up to D.C. and playing those teams of that caliber. I've really enjoyed this season. I always like it when we got some of the better teams in the area on the schedule.
And I do too. And I think you find what your team's character is about. Are you able to rise up a little bit and bring the level of your play to a higher level? And for the most part, I felt like we did every night that we faced those type of teams. Especially up in D.C., I was really surprised to see us elevate our game to that level. It was very difficult playing with the shot clock. We've never done that, and a couple of times where we had a chance to take the lead or hold on to a lead, you weren't able to do that. You had to keep playing, and so I think those kind of things have helped us as the years gone on. Prime example of that was, we were playing, and there's 55 seconds to go in the quarter. Do you want to hold it and sit on it? We were able to run the clock down, and all of a sudden we got a wide open layup. Well, it all stemmed from playing with that shot clock up in D.C. We were able to still control the basketball, but still look for an opportunity to score, and just little things like that. How do you keep the guys off the boards up at D.C.? Well, you got to box out a little bit better, and you've seen our rebounding really bump up since that trip up there. So I'm like you. I like to play anybody, anywhere, anytime, and sometimes I might go a little above what we need to, but I think again it helps build the character of your team and the toughness of your team, and it allows your team to see where they're at and where they can get to, and as individuals as well. And, so it has been a fun season, just by the simple fact of seeing some of the caliber teams that we've played.
All right, Coach Lockard. Hey, thanks for coming on tonight. Good luck the remainder of the season. We know y'all are going to make a big push to finish out the year, and we wish you the best of luck.
Well, guys, I appreciate it. And, I think a lot of times you guys don't get the thanks that you deserve. Matt, the videos and all the stuff you do for not just our basketball program, but for our entire sports at Clinton High School. And then Sleepy's always been such a big part of our basketball program and our entire community there, too. So thanks to you guys, and hopefully we can keep winning and make everybody proud here at town and, boost our school up a little bit more.
All righty. Well, hey, I know you'll do great in doing that, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Too. All right, let's take our last break of the night, and we'll come back with our very special guest. I'm Chase Clem, John Williams, Matt Hagan. This is the Locker Room Chat.
Don't want to miss it.
Don't want to miss it.
Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood is the premier pharmacy service location. Let our professional staff help with all your pharmacy needs, answer your questions, or help with your medication management with our Medicine on Time packaging system. We also offer medication therapy management to ensure you're receiving maximum benefits from your medication. Diabetes care is available with one-on-one consultations, or you can attend one of our monthly diabetes information classes. Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We'll buy it on the spot and we'll pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. We treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Harriman and Rockwood.
I gotta go shower.
It's laundry night.
Dishwasher needs to run.
And the Hot Water Wars. A Rinnai tankless water heater gives you an endless supply of hot water for everything you need to do. Rinnai, hot water for all.
I am a Simplicity dealer. This business is my life, my career. If you need a new mower, I'll help you choose the model that will make your property look its very best, and even let you take a test drive. When it does need service, you can rely on my factory service training and genuine parts. Because I don't just sell products, I build relationships. I am a Simplicity dealer.
S.L. Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Reno Sporting Goods, your first choice for sports equipment. On the court, on the field, or in the stands, Reno's has the brand names you want. All the latest from Adidas, Under Armour, and more. From custom embroidery to screen printing, it's all about the game. For over 30 years, Reno Sporting Goods.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 110,000 participants here in Tennessee who take part in high school sports.
At Earl Duff Subaru, our reputation has been built on taking care of customers. We're Tennessee's only 9-time winner of the Subaru Love Promise Customer Commitment Award. This year, we also earned the Love Promise Community Commitment Award given for enhancing the areas we serve. This means you can be sure you'll have an excellent experience when you visit our store and be proud you're dealing with a company that gives back to local causes. Read our online reviews and come to Earl Duff Subaru in Harriman.
The all-new 2020 Outback is available now with financing as low as 0.9% at Earl Duff Subaru in Harriman.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Chat. We're going to let Hagan or Sleepy, who wants to bring in the special guest tonight?
Well, Sleepy drove him here, so let's let him do it.
Yeah, we got a very special guest tonight, the one and only Anthony Hinkle. Anthony, welcome to the show.
Thank
you. Anthony, he asked me if he could be on the show tonight, and I said, well, only if you can go 1 hour without dipping.
And he's done well.
Yeah, so far he's held up his end of the bargain.
So, Anthony, what are some of your duties as far as Clinton High School athletics? What are some of the things that you do?
I'm the water boy for the Clinton High School football team.
Okay.
Like that.
So is that the only team that you help with, football?
And basketball.
And basketball. Hey,
Hey,
flip the switch up
there.
on your microphone for us. All right, now you're rocking.
Try talking to us again.
And basketball.
There you go.
Okay, so you're the football and basketball manager.
And he's also the head cheerleader for the sports teams too, right, Anthony?
No.
How long have you been being the water boy? You go back to Coach Kerr, right?
Yes. I am.
So you've seen a lot of good players throughout your time as the water boy.
Yes.
Any big wins that you can remember that stick out in your mind? Or any big games that you remember?
Anderson County.
Every one of them?
You remember that win over Anderson County?
Yep, I do.
2009?
2009.
Tell us about that one.
Awesome power run, a touchdown in and stuff.
Hazelhurst?
Yeah, and Wilson. And we won pretty good.
Darian Stone was the quarterback too, wasn't he?
Yes.
And it sounds like your basketball team's having a pretty good season. What have you seen from the team, and how do you like that they play?
I like it a lot. And we're playing good right now.
You think they can win the district tournament?
Yeah, I do.
Maybe make a trip to Murfreesboro?
Yes. And I think we will do it.
Who are some of your favorite players to watch right now?
Evan Winchester and Chase Lockwood.
What about on the Lady Dragons? You got to see them play tonight. What did you think?
I think we did good tonight, and I think we will make a run.
We got the Lady Wildcats coming up Saturday. It's been a while since the Lady Dragons defeated Oak Ridge. What's your thoughts on that game?
It's going to be a tough game, and I think we can pull it out. We're playing good right now.
What do you think about the new head ball coach for the football team?
I like him, and he's going to let me do football again this year.
Well, that's probably in his contract. That's probably part of the deal. They had to let you do it, or he wasn't coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anthony asked Coach Keith. He went to meet him, and he told him he was the water boy, and Coach Keith instantly said, "No, you're the water man."
Yeah.
Grown man.
So you're the water man, not the water boy, right?
Yes.
So what do you think about Coach Boatman and Coach Summers as well still being there with them?
I'm glad. I like them both.
Well, what do you like about the football team?
Our program, and we going to be back on top.
We're going to be back on top.
Yeah.
What do you see our record being next year?
8-2.
Not bad. Are you going to do anything else with baseball or anything as well this year?
Just watch the baseball games.
Just watch, no doubt.
Just watch. You're not going to help cheer them on?
I am.
Yeah. Anthony doesn't.
Unless you're sick.
Yeah. Unless I'm sick.
I think Freddie goes to more games than you. You think so?
No. That's wrong.
Freddie, and who's the main manager, the bodyguard for the baseball team that beats him to all those games?
Coach
Zane
Weber. Coach Weber?
Yeah.
Yes.
Zane goes to more games than you do.
No, he don't.
Anthony, I know you've been a part of the football program for the last 10 years. I know you was pretty close to Coach McCamey. I know you hated to see him go. Just if you would just talk about Coach McCamey and what all he did for you.
he let me get it for free and stuff, and he let me eat for free.
He's a good man, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
All right, Anthony. Well, we appreciate you coming on tonight. Go ahead. Sleepy's got one more for you.
I was just going to, if you got anybody out there you want to say hello to, a shout out. I know your daddy Wimp's out there watching. I'm going to give your daddy a shout out, or whoever you'd like to.
Hey, Wimp, watch me. Love you. Bye.
And there he is. That's Anthony, man. We appreciate you coming on. We hear a lot about you. We're thankful that you call in all the time and keep us informed. And I know Sleepy and Hagan enjoy you being on the basketball court and the football field, wherever it may be. You are kind of Clinton athletics, so we appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. Have a good one. And we've got time for a couple more calls. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
All right, I just wanted to call in.
You may want to keep that microphone with you.
Hey, I just wanted to call in for a minute and say I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys talking Clinton athletics.
This is Wimp Shootman. Hey, Wimp. How's it going?
Hey, Wimp. You still on with us?
What's happening, John?
Pretty good. We got Anthony here on the show. I'm sure you saw him, and he gave you a shout out there a while ago. But Anthony is he just brings so much energy. He's fun to have around, and we're just glad he's part of the Clinton Dragon program and
the family. We're glad he calls in every day. He keeps things interesting.
It's people like him that our community supports, and like we try to help them in different situations. Anthony works for his food and stuff, but he works hard for the athletic programs.
It's a big time dedication.
Did you hear that, Anthony? You hear what Wimp's saying? What do you want to say to Wimp now since he's on with you?
Anthony.
Thank you.
Good deal. Well, I know he appreciates you, and I think the community appreciates Anthony. So we're just glad we can get him on tonight.
Yeah, we're glad to have him in our community, and basketball and football means so much to him, and a few more people around the community that have a hard time sometimes. So.
Good deal. Well, hey, go ahead, Sleepy.
Yeah, William, just like to say thank you to you. You do a lot for Anthony, and I know he appreciates it. Appreciates you, and
well, I look forward to the Dragons. The future looks bright for them. So I just thought I'd say thank you to you guys, and I want to listen to you. So have a good evening.
All righty. Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was good.
We were all looking Facebook a little earlier. You noticed this on Twitter. I want to give one shout out right now, and then I want to make one announcement about something that's going on in a couple weeks. The shout out is to Clinton High School diver Jacob Reeser. This week, he signed with the University of Tennessee swim team.
Pretty big.
I don't know the last time Clinton had anyone sign with UT, but that just shows something. We're looking at a picture right now of him. He was in the UT Aquatic Center when he made his signing to just make it official.
You a good swimmer, Sleepy?
No, I can swim, but I'm not very fast or a good diver.
I was going to say, can you dive like Jacob?
It's been a long time since I dove in.
We go over to Oak Ridge Pool, put you on the diving board. You can probably put on a show.
Yeah, I'll make sure to have a camera out there, and we'll show it sometime too. Now, and then the couple of things I wanted to announce, and I know Anthony was there last week too. The Clinton Fire and Police Department had their annual charity basketball game. The fire department won, taking a 2-1 lead, and they raised $500 for the Clinton Blaze Athletics.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. That'll go a long way.
And then in 2 weeks, I believe it is, not this coming Saturday, but the Saturday after, at Clinton High School, the Clinton Police Department, Oak Ridge Police Department, Anderson County Sheriff's Department, and Morgan County Sheriff's Department are getting together for a basketball game to raise money for the LEAD program, which is similar to the DARE program from when we were out in school. So that's going to be something big. It's at Clinton High School.
Right, they've looking forward to that. They've asked me to do the PA, so I've got Bad Boys, and I shot the sheriff. I got it all tuned up, ready to go.
Sleepy will have it. A couple of scores of interest before we get out of here. District 3A girls basketball. Midway beat Oliver Springs 39-35. Wartburg beat Harriman 60-27. Oneida beat Oakdale 60-27. And Sunbright beat Coalfield 64-41. This Friday at Roan State, Oneida will be playing Sunbright at 6:30, and Wartburg will play Midway at 8 p.m.
That's the girls?
That's the girls District 3 basketball.
That's pretty neat they get to play at
I'm
Roan
telling you,
State.
you need to come and watch them at Roan State. It's pretty good. It's really good atmosphere.
I went to school there for a little bit.
Did you make a semester?
Had a cup of coffee.
Bought some books.
That was back before they had Oak Ridge campus.
I got you.
So, Sleepy, do you have any updates on those on the game that's going over?
Yes, got an upset brewing in the girls District 3 AAA as Halls leading at Campbell County 56-44 with about 20 seconds to go. It's probably a final now, but Halls is a 6th seed and Campbell County is a 3, so that'd be a big upset right there.
Upset city.
So you'll have Halls and Powell on Saturday along with Clinton and Oak Ridge for the girls basketball.
Possibly. It's not a final yet, so...
Well, by the time we walk out the door, it will be final.
Right.
All right. Well, we appreciate everyone watching and calling in. We're always thankful for your phone calls and always want you to call in. This has been the Locker Room Chat. Join us next Wednesday, same time, same place. Until then, go find a basketball team. Go find a high school to support and cheer them on. See y'all next week.